Born and brewed on the Isle of Wight, Godards Brewery produces quality real ales for the locals and surrounding area of the mainland to enjoy. Tucked away just south of Ryde on a rural farm, Anthony Goddard runs the successful brewery with much pride.
Well, it all started 15 years ago, basically because I'm unemployable. I used to have a vineyard, of all things, on the island, and was stupid enough to join Lloyd's in the mid-80s, and it all went bad big time, and so we had to sell up. And as I say, I was unemployable, so I thought we'd better find something else to do, and brewing beer seemed like a good idea at the time.
And this is where it all takes place, in the new purpose-built brewery adjacent to the 18th century farmhouse.
We produce 3 year-round special bitter, Fugly and Isle of Wight. They're proper trad English beers, if you like, but we also produce a range of bottled beers and seasonal beers to go with them. We started just on the Isle of Wight and petrified of losing our casks. Well, eventually I grew up and decided that we really ought to be brave and start shipping it to the mainland, because we got to the stage where we'd got as far as we could on the Isle of Wight. So we now ship as far as we can drive a transit flat out in a day, which is pretty much to sort of Brighton, Newbury and Swanage in the west. That's as far as you can get from Portsmouth and Lymington, the harbours on the mainland. Our strap line is Isle of Wight born and brewed, to get across the fact that we are based on the Isle of Wight. And I suppose in a way that's our USP, but the emphasis is on quality to the degree of almost being obsessive about it. The chap we started with as head brewer was Jonathan Stansell, whose dad was director of Bass and one time head brewer there, so huge brewing background. And he came up with the original recipes for Special Bitter and Fugly Dum, which are two mainstay brews. Chris Coleman, who's taken over as head brewer, was a protege of Jonathan's. He's got it in the blood anyway, because he used to home brew, was chairman of the local Canberra branch, and he's got the same sort of aptitude as Jonathan had.
I can turn the pump on round here now, and this tank here is our brewing liquor. You can see we've used about 8.5 hectolitres actually on the brew, and the rest of it is going to be sparged across the top of it. And sparging is this sort of upside down garden sprinkler that you can see there. That starts rotating round, and that sprays the brewing liquor or water onto the top of it and washes out all the sugars.
It's a nice industry to be in. Most of the people you meet are good fun. We've got to the stage now where we're, certainly over the summer months, we're doing a pint of beer every 55 seconds, 24/7, which, of course, by the standards of the big brewers is absolutely nothing. But for us, makes you think, you know, that's a serious amount of beer. We used to wholesale other people's beers as well, which we packed in at the beginning of 2008, and now just concentrate on brewing. Last year's sales were 22% up on the year before, and this year they're 16% up on the 22% on the year before. So things are going the right way. One day, hopefully, we'll be rich.
Until that time, it's all hard work with the continual production of the Godards quality beers. But we wondered, what beers are Anthony's favourite brews?
I have two really. Isle of Wight because it's in draft form it's 3.7%, so you can drink lots of it before your legs fall off. Or Duck's Folly, which is sort of grown-up version of Ale of Wight in a way. It's very aromatic, nice coppery red colour, but then that's my particular taste. The public, the world at large, prefers Special Bitter, I think, and Fugly Dum. They're a bit more straight up and down trad English beers. Ale of Wight and Duck's Folly are much more aromatic, hoppy, bitter. They've got a bit more sort of going for them in a way. But that's not to say there's anything wrong with Special Bitter and Fugly Dum, of course.